I numbly sliced open hundreds of kilos of apples, removed every core and extracted the lethal cyanide. I will use it to carry out something very important. A week ago, my daughter was brutally assaulted by 4 men, but the corrupt judge declared those men not guilty and released them. And my husband, who had completely broken down, was the one thrown into jail. I knew the legal system in this country was deeply rotten. Watching my daughter in pain, I was filled with grief. Since the law could not give my daughter justice, as her mother, I decided to give her a perfect answer. I found a private investigator. He also had a daughter who suffered the same thing as mine. He sympathized with me and took the case. Soon I received the file on the first perpetrator, so I resigned from my job as a teacher. Even if it cost me my life, I would make these killers pay. That night, following the information the investigator provided, I went to the place where that security guard often drank. I hired a woman to lure the drunk man into a car. I took his weapon with a single knife stroke. A few days later, he woke up in a ditch, still unaware. When he later went to the bathroom to urinate and pull down his pants, he was terrified. I do not know whether he can feel the fear my daughter felt. He screamed, slipped, hit his head on a pipe, and died then and there. What I did not know was that the police had already turned their suspicion toward my husband and were interrogating him harshly. I no longer cared, because I had already received the file on the second perpetrator from the investigator. He was a rich second-generation man. His parents had both died early and no one disciplined him. He loved to chase women, loved fitness, and drank all kinds of energy drinks. While I was thinking how to deal with him, I looked at an apple in my hand and immediately thought of a perfect plan. I cut open thousands of apples, removed all the seeds, extracted the cyanide from the apple seeds, and sealed it in a container. In this way, a bottle of highly poisonous substance was made. That night, I quietly sneaked into that monster's home. As a biology teacher, I knew exactly what dose would make him live a life worse than death. After he drank one sip, he began foaming at the mouth and collapsed. Even if he was rushed to the hospital, he would be paralyzed for the rest of his life. That was the effect I wanted. But my revenge was not finished. I secretly placed the remaining apples in the home of the third perpetrator, who was the rich man's cousin. As I predicted, the police took the third perpetrator away. What I did not know was that I accidentally left my glasses at the third man's house, and the police happened to find them.